Yeah, listener, indeed, the Manny Pacquiao story is quite incredible. I mean, just from the matter of going from, a flyweight world champion all the way to, I think he won a junior middle title. And that was unheard of before, guys. 8 weight classes. I mean, before, like, breaking the 3 barrier was big. It was Henry Armstrong, and I think there was one other who did it. But then all the junior categories get involved, and they say, well, but Henry actually won feather, lightweight, welterweight, so Henry actually really did it. And then they're saying guys like Sugar Leonard and Thomas Hearns, who did it right after, they're kind of cheating because there were junior categories. Well, I think this brings up a big point, especially because we're originally talking about Manny Pacquiao, right? I remember an interview in Ring Magazine, probably, or KO, one of those back then, of Jose Sulaiman, Mauricio's father, who's now deceased, and he was the head of WBC. And the reporters were maligning the junior divisions. There's too many weight classes. Why do you have that? Why do you do this? And Jose Sulaiman looked back and said, you Americans, you're the kings of kings. You think you know everything. But here's the deal. You guys have everything at your feet. When you're a young fighter in a foreign country, you win a couple fights, you make some money. You're so hungry, you eat yourself out of 5 weight classes in one day. And that's exactly what happened with Manny Pacquiao, guys. You know what I mean? Like, Philippines, starving, effectively poor. I hope we do get a movie on that someday, listener. We got Big George Foreman, and then he died shortly thereafter. But great movie about Foreman's life. I'd love to see a movie about Pacquiao's life. And the point is well made. I think the junior weight classes have meaning, right? And the more world champions, I think, the better. The more people that can dig themselves out of perilous situations. Look, I've said that Dana and the UFC have learned from boxing's mistakes, and in many ways they have. But one of those things Dana's done is he's kept the original 8 weight divisions once he added them all, right? And he hasn't added junior divisions. And that's because for so long in boxing they said, oh, there's too many weight classes, the junior divisions are bad, blah, 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 blah. Well, my teammate Jake Shields, he wasn't a welterweight, he wasn't a middleweight. He was somewhere in between for his peak weight. So he never really got a fair chance of showing everybody how good he was at a weight class that was perfect for him. I mean, bottom line is super welter, junior middle would have been his weight class, and whatever that would have been in MMA at 177 or whatever. But yeah, I think that the Pacquiao story creates a legend of that very clearly. I know there's performance enhancing drug questions, and they'll always be there, but guess what? Everybody else uses them too, so I'm not going to throw stones. I love Pac-Man. He was not during my youth, but during my prime in fighting, when I finally started understanding everything, he was the man. When he beat Oscar De La Hoya, I was shocked. Everybody, read my book, Warrior of the Light.